to another episode of Ghosted with Chris and Paige. I am your co-host, Paige.
And I'm Chris.
And we are also the Cozycast today.
Tonight, the Cozycast is in full effect.
I'm in pajamas. I'm chilling in bed. This is great.
I, too, am in pajamas. I'm not chilling in bed, though, because at that, I don't think it would sound very good with the mics.
No, you're much less cozy than I am.
Yeah, but it's okay. I feel like I get more in the podcasting mood when I'm sitting up and, just sitting here and talking with you like this.
True. Now, for reference, I am sitting up. I'm not completely cozy. Not like 1,000% cozy.
Oh, but I'm like sitting straight up.
Yeah. So am I. I have a support pillow behind me in the wall. Oh, well, today we have some more Reddit ghost stories that I procured. I'm not going to lie. I got them today.
That's absolutely brutal, but we don't have to tell people when this was recorded. No one has to know.
Bum, bum, bum. Also, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.
I hope everyone...
Healthy, safe Thanksgiving.
Yes, indeed. I know Thanksgiving was a little bit weird this year. It was for me. It was probably weird for you, too. Yeah,
it was odd.
But, here we are, and I'm thankful. But I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for the podcast.
Mm-hmm, same here.
And I'm thankful for ghosties. But I'm also thankful for everyone who is listening right now, and for the people who have let us use their Reddit stories.
The most thankful, let me tell you guys. I really am.
So, yeah, I love getting into being able to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess... what do you have on the docket today? I've got no idea.
So we got two good ones.
Okay, two juicy ghost stories.
Yeah, little juicy ghost stories. The first one comes from, Reddit user, I apologize if I'm saying your tag wrong. Gaiaphage666.
Okay, perfect start.
Okay.
Great.
And so this one is titled The Girl. So I have had a handful of experiences at my current house. I'll be putting each one in its own story. So the first big thing to happen was when I first saw a 10 to 13-year-old girl in a 1930s style nightgown. I was coming home from an overnight shift at work, so when I saw her sitting in our living room window, I thought it may have been my sister. But my sister is blonde, and this girl had her hair in black.
So maybe his sister's a thrift store shopper, got that 1930s gown. I understand the misconception. Maybe she wants to go through her goth phase, so maybe she just dyed her hair. Come on.
I mean, you never know. She looked at me as I walked up to the front door, and she jumped out of the window into the living room.
What?
So, they made eye contact, and they're like, hey, and I was like, ugh, gotta go.
Oh, no.
When I opened the door, the curtain was floating back into place. So, when you move a curtain, it's, going back into, original pose.
It's, flapping and...
Yeah. I'm picturing, a Tom and Jerry cartoon when one runs out and there's dust left behind or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, too.
I just passed this off as being tired until my sister started to see her. After I saw her, my sister started having reoccurring dreams of the girl in a nightgown sitting at her desk watching her sleep. Until the other night, almost everyone in my family has seen or heard the girl in some form except my dad. He was sitting in our living room watching TV when he couldn't sleep, and he sees a white mist walk from our back door to our basement door and towards the kitchen. As far as we know, the girl isn't a negative entity, as confirmed by a medium who had sensed all of this energy coming off my parents when they were grocery shopping.
What?
So this medium was probably like, hey, your energy, let me talk to you.
Hey, let me talk to you. We're still waiting, both in line still.
That's happened to me.
Are waiting in line, rather.
That's happened to me on the train going to New York when I worked at the radio station in New York.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, a local Jersey psychic medium named Kelly was staring at me on the platform, and I got freaked out. So I stayed close to our producer. Shout out, Hef, I love you. And I was getting freaked out because I don't like people staring. Who likes people staring? No one does. And it was bad. I was like, she's staring at me. I feel weird.
Gawking,
yeah, the energy was freaking me me out. And so finally she sits behind me and Heather when we're on the train.
I just need to smell this girl.
Yeah, she was like, hello. No, she was so nice. She was like, oh, hey, your cousin. Yeah, it was your cousin. He just died. His name starts with an M. I think it's Mark. And I was like, how do you know that? And she's like, okay, let me just tell you. He has Christmas gifts that he had pre-bought and wrapped. They're in the closet. So your aunt and uncle can find them. But also, please ask your aunt to take down the shrine of him on the mantle. So when I called my cousin and I talked to her before I wanted to talk to my aunt, I was like, let me talk to his sister first. She was cracking up because my aunt basically made a shrine to my cousin after he died, and he was uncomfortable with it. It was like a picture of him on the mantle and stuff like that.
I'd be a little uncomfy too.
Right? So now, like, we always talk about it. Whenever I see any of my family, we're like, you remember, especially Christmas coming around, and like they found the presents in the closet and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an encounter and a half.
Yeah. So like I love when psychic mediums just approach you. Like I've never seen this woman in my life. And actually she approached a friend of ours, Kylan, down in Asbury Park, and and totally like called everything out about a past loved one of Kylan's too. Wow. Which is like, hey, they just have a message. She wasn't looking for anything, wasn't asking. She gave me her number, was like, hey, like if you ever want to like reading or anything, come see me. But I figured I needed to give you this message. She was super sweet.
Okay.
And I'm sad I lost her number, but all I know is her name is Kelly. And when I met her, she had brown hair.
Kelly, the brown-haired medium from New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Okay. First of all, that mist going around the house.
Bum bum bum.
I know about that mist.
We don't mess with mist.
Nope, not anymore. So that's pretty disheartening, and the fact that this girl showed up in a gown,
chilling in her nightgown, hanging out with the fams,
watching his sister sleep.
Yeah, their sister, I don't know. It's just like it started appearing in dreams and like just watching. I feel like, just chilling with the family.
Oh, just spending a little good time. I mean, what would... So maybe someone in the early, 1930s, 1940s is, stuck around there, I guess?
Well, let's find out.
Oh.
Didn't finish it. My bad, I went on a tangent. As far as we know, this girl isn't a negative entity, as confirmed by a medium who had sensed all the energy coming off my parents when they were grocery shopping. She had told my parents that this girl had been following us for over a decade and has only been comfortable showing herself now.
What?
I have another experience with the girl, which I think she stopped a possession. I had a late shift at work, and so when I came home, everyone was asleep, and it was a school night, so everyone had gone to bed early. I was sitting in our living room relaxing after work when I heard something coming down the stairs. Thinking it was one of my siblings sneaking down to play our Switch, I told them to go to bed, and the noise stopped.
This is recent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
After a few seconds, the feeling of when your foot falls asleep started crawling up my legs and across my chest.
That pins... Oh, first of all, I've never had that pins and needle,
crawl up.
Crawl up ever, and B, never had it in my chest. I don't think my chest has ever fallen asleep before.
I'd cry. Thinking it was one of my siblings sneaking down to play our Switch, told them to go back to bed. The noise stopped. After a few seconds, the feeling of when your foot falls asleep started crawling up my legs and across my chest. While this was happening, I felt a small hand grab my arm, and the feeling wouldn't pass this hand, while the rest of my body was still tingling. After what felt like minutes, the feeling faded away, and I looked at the clock and found out I'd been frozen in that spot for over 3 hours.
Whoa.
And that was the end.
Whoa, oh, that was a left turn right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I definitely think if it's been with them for over 10 years, it's definitely someone who's comfortable with them and probably looking over them. Mm-hmm. Especially it stopped possession or whatever was taking over. 10 years
is a long time for a ghost.
That's an attachment.
Yeah, that most definitely. Did he say to the family? It was to the family?
Yeah, I'd been with the family for over a decade.
Wow.
I think that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I like it. Some type of, not guardian angel, but some type of entity that is there to, protect, especially something like that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
just spaced. Well, I mean, not spaced out, but like disappeared
you lost
into this
3 hours.
Yeah, after that. First, I would have thought I was having a stroke.
Yeah, same.
I would have been like, "Oh my god, is my face drooping? Oh my god, oh my god."
Stick out the tongue. No toast. Okay.
But wow.
Yeah, that was like, I read that and I was like, hi, can I share this on my podcast? I was like, this is so good. It gave me the chills. I was getting ready this morning for work. It was like 7 a.m. and I was like, it is light out, but I'm a little spooked right now.
I'd be a little spooked, especially, see, at the dawn, I feel like, like 3 a.m. is the witching hour.
Yeah.
I feel like up till dawn, you get this, like they're still haunting around till the sun rises.
Yeah, I could see that. I feel like they're just there when they're there. Oh, I didn't tell you. This is exclusive. Ding, 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 ding,
podcast
ding, ding, ding.
exclusive.
We're going to be, we might have talked about this. We're going to be investigating my cousin's house because it's super extra haunty. And I've been having consistent responses and experiences every day that I go there.
Yeah.
Especially if I just ask like, hi, it immediately is just like, hi. Like,
and it's never been refreshing. First of all, it's very talkative.
It's
confused.
Yeah, we'll get more into that in the next, and when we cover it. But anyways, they've had lots of pets, like lots of cats specifically.
Okay.
And I think their one cat is still around because today I was chilling. It was only 2:00 in the afternoon. And I keep seeing a cat start charging towards me, a black cat. And I'm like, well, there are one black cat's upstairs and she would have to jump the baby gate to get to me. Like, she'd have to pass from the left, not come from in front of me. And then it was just like, so whatever was darting towards me, like, just disappeared. And then it happened again, like a few more times. And I was like, what is going on? And their dog Priest, this like 100 and some odd pound German Shepherd, beautiful lovey-dovey dog, was just like looking, kept its ear up and then put it down, kept its ear up, put it down, like every time it happened. And I was like, Priest, you see that too? Then I realized I was just talking to my cousin about their cat Missy, who passed last year, who was an all black with like little white paws, like cat. And she was so sweet and so old. And they have this beautiful grave marker in the backyard for her. It's like a paw and it has like a cute pet poem on it. And I was like, oh my God, I totally think I saw Missy today. And it was like during the day. So I feel like they're on their own schedule.
Telling you, cats stick around. All dogs go to heaven. You heard it here first.
I saw my ghost cat too. But that's nothing new.
Stick around.
He's always around. He's always there. His little ghostiness ran past my room and I almost peed myself because I was like, what was that? And I was like, oh, it was a gray blurb.
Ghost cat.
It was ghost cat. It was ghost Snicks. Oh.
Wow. So, I mean, the fact that your family has its own personal
haunted house. Yeah, no, my family's house, I think I've touched on it. It's my cousins who I nanny, so it's the little kids. So we've had the issue with the baby monitor, the hearing of someone come running down from the upstairs late at night. My cousin would walk in with mail, put it on the side table by the door, and come back out and it's scattered all across the living room.
Oh no.
Like voices talking, but the basement is where I have my most experiences, and I'll hear it coming up the stairs when I'm on the main floor, and I'll tell it, please stay downstairs. The
basement's been creepy ever since I've gone there for the first time, because it used to be like this dark mess from when I first remember it, and now it's a playroom and everything. But
part of it is unfinished, and the playroom's the only main finished part.
Get out of town. Nope. See, I still wouldn't go over to the unfinished part. There's no reason to.
I do laundry there.
There's no reason to.
And it leads to like different rooms. So like, not that they're finished rooms, they're creepy. It's just storage, but still. But I've been doing a lot of, I don't want to say research, but like slight investigating every time I take the kids downstairs to the playroom, because they're none the wiser. They're playing with monkeys, a good old time. And they're playing music and stuff, and I just leave on my ghost apps and see what I get, and it's always direct responses and questions. And it always, I'll give this little teaser. Every single time, which is why we're going to investigate and see if we can do anything to help, is it asks, where am I? and for help, and it goes, help me, every single time. And I'm not scared of it. Like I told Chris today, I felt it watching, like sitting on the stairs that go upstairs from the basement. I felt like something was sitting there watching us play. And like as the girls were playing together, they're 2 and 10 months, it just kept saying innocence. Which it is though. It's little, like it's just little kids playing. It wasn't scary, but the little girls both turned at separate points and looked into this dark abyss of the basement and said hi.
Yeah, see, that's not cool.
Like the 10-month-old just waved. I
don't like that.
And Parker was just like, hi. And then she continued playing and I was like, gotta go. Let's go upstairs. It was like the one time Parker looked in, she was crying for me, and I was like, what's wrong? She's like, shh, she's sleeping. And we were in the basement. I went, nah, not today. We're going upstairs.
No, we are not staying down here. We are not waking that up. I don't know what is sleeping, but it's going to stay sleeping.
Yeah, but whatever it is, they're not afraid of. And it doesn't make, I get nervous just because I'm in a basement, I guess. But like, I'm not scared of it, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't give me bad energy. It just gives me like, I just need help.
It doesn't give you bad vibes. It just gives you vibes.
Yeah, exactly. We're just vibing. Oh, so that's that. So get ready for that one. That's probably going to be, we're going to investigate next week. So it'll probably be a week or two before it comes out, but I'll definitely, if you follow us on our socials, on Ghosted WCP on Instagram, I'll definitely have some exclusives up while we're live investigating.
Yes. You know it. Every time we go out and do some of that, we always post it on Instagram to document what we're doing.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. And then, and I guess I'll read our next story.
Yeah, please.
Roll right into it. This is from Bean O'Block on Reddit.
Neat.
I love it. My scariest experience is true. Story number 1. Okay, so I have moved out of my house and had moved 15 minutes away from where I used to live. One day, my cousins and I were packing boxes from the old house to move to our new house. We've had half of the stuff packed into our moving truck, and we've decided to just call it a day because it was getting pretty dark. Our plan was to move these things into the new house. 15 minutes later, we arrived to our new house and packing our stuff in. We got finished and we were all heading out the front door. As soon as my older brother and I walked past the kitchen lights just flicked on. You can hear the flick also.
Ooh.
We thought that it was a sensor light, so we went ahead to check it out. It was a flick. There was no possible sensor, which was odd. My brother and I looked at each other and ran down to the front door to get the fuck out of there. I feel it. It felt as if someone was running behind us. It just had that feeling. We told the rest of the family they thought we were bullshitting, so they squashed it and called it a lie.
Oh, okay.
Damn, guys. 2 weeks later, we had already moved into the house, and my brother and I had forgotten about the situation until one night my cousin decided to bring his girlfriend in for a dinner with the fam. We had a couple of drinks and everyone was wild. No, we were all in the kitchen. My cousin's girlfriend decided she had enough drinks and wanting to head to bed, so she did. My cousin's room is out of the kitchen to the left, then turn right into the living room, and the bedroom is on the right.
I'm lost.
I'm already lost. We all decided to go outside for a smoke, and my cousin's girlfriend was in the room asleep. This is her part of where the story comes to. My cousin's girlfriend says, I woke up and I was wondering why it was so quiet. So I sat on the bed and called out for Nicholas. Oh, so that must be her, the storyteller's cousin.
Yes, his name.
Yes. And no one was answering. All I remember is seeing darkness all over the room. The only thing you could see is the kitchen light. I was staring at the dark open door, and I don't know why, but I think it was because I was maybe too drunk or too tired. But while I was staring at it, all I see is a full black figure coming from the floor and just standing up.
That ain't Nicholas.
Nope. I knew it wasn't Nicholas, so I decided to scream, thinking it was intruder. And then back to the poster. We all barged into the house after hearing her screaming, and we ran into the room where Emily was, and she was just sitting there pointing at the living room saying someone was in the house. Of course, we decided to check out the whole entire house and did not find anything. All the doors and windows were locked. The only possible way they can go was through the back door because we were all smoking there, so it wasn't an intruder. We were all spooked. Till now, I still live in this damn house because I can't afford another one. Sad face.
No.
But anyways, I hope you're enjoying it. I have more stories, but I'll be posting. Those later on.
That's ridiculous.
Yoicks.
Nope. No, thank you.
Gotta go. Oh, and the worst part is you can't move now.
The worst part is that there was, there's a good and bad to this intruder situation. If there was intruder, at least we could say, well, we got it.
Yeah.
There's evidence. There's proof. We have a culprit.
Yeah.
Good on us. There's no dark figure. They searched the whole house. Everything is hunky-dory as far as everyone else is concerned. Where's that big dark figure that just popped out of nowhere?
Yeah, like just...
Home intruded.
Like, I know, like, she just woke up and she was drinking, but I don't know. I mean, in real time, she was screaming and they came in immediately. So, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like screaming sobers someone up.
Right? I feel like that situation is sober me up real fucking quick. Are you kidding me? Nope, I'm not sleeping ever again.
Nope, not today, not there.
Not tonight. Oh my gosh. I was listening to Z100 this morning. This correlates. And Elvis Duran apparently had bought a house and never moved in because as he was moving in, he realized it was terribly haunted. And so he just rents it out now, or rented it out. I don't know if he got rid of it, but...
That's the... Oh,
and they just touched upon it briefly this morning, and I was like, this is the content I didn't know I needed.
I would hate to be the one who would have to be like, oh, I got a new house, but I don't want to go back.
They joked about a murder happening, but I don't know if they were being serious or not. Because you know how it gets in the morning. It gets a little wild.
Yeah, it gets a little
crazy.
Spicy. But still, that's a really unfortunate situation, especially if it's super duper 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 haunted.
Yeah, it's like there's a haunting like my house where it happens, but it's not like explosive in your face to the point where you don't want to live there. And then there's hauntings like poltergeist and extreme poltergeist, because I've had poltergeist issues, but like shit's too scary to live in.
No, I'm talking about it has not only enough energy to flick one of the lights that have one of the little flick switches, but enough energy to manifest itself as a giant big old being.
Yeah, just be like, let me raise from the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, hello.
I don't need a shadow figure to wake me up.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good with just my phone alarm.
I'm glad. I'm glad that family was there to be.
Yeah, I'm glad that
everyone
she
like
wasn't
ran.
alone.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think it makes it too much better. It's not like her family's the Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, especially with the posters being like, oh yeah, like we thought like everyone said it was bullshit, and then we just forgot about it, and then this happened. Fuck me. Like, come on, that sucks. Now you believe me.
Yeah, right. Oh, you say it's bullshit. I'll show you bullshit.
You stay a night in my haunted house. Oh man,
that's a pretty wild story. Thank you. What was it?
Bino
Block.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's good shit. I love that name.
That's not my ideal experience moving into a new home, and probably one of my bigger fears. I know we've had a friend who's moved into a haunted abode, and I would hate to be in their shoes.
Sorry, I took a sip of water. That might have caught on the microphone.
No, please don't spill.
ASMR, you're welcome, guys.
Please don't spill water on our microphone.
No, never. But anyways, yeah, and I'm the person who's like, it's
look
a
at this
selling
haunted
point.
house. I need
it's
this
a selling
point.
House. I just like older houses, like the Victorian era houses, but the ones that are fixed up, because like I'm not completely like I want to live in the 18th century or whatever, but I feel like if I had any type of activity more than the level I currently live in, I don't know how I'd like deal. I don't know
how to gauge the reaction.
Baby, content.
I don't care about the content.
Whoa.
I'm getting haunted in real time. If I can go on Instagram Live and be like, hey guys, check this out.
Here's
all the plates
me and
are falling.
Ghost George. Shout out to Marie.
Yeah, here are my ghosts, and then have them physically react with it, then I'd be really freaked out.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip on that one.
If we can Instagram Live together, it's gonna be a no for me.
Yeah.
They just jump in. They do ghost talk instead of TikTok.
Do realtors warn you about something like that?
Okay, we've talked about this before, and I've been under the assumption that it's legal. You have to in some states. I never got around to double checking that.
Did you fact check it?
Like I just said, I've never got around to double checking it. So I don't know. I'm just gonna go with maybe.
Okay.
I feel like you'd want to know, like, if there's a murder, you need to know. So if it's haunted, you should know.
I mean, I don't think you'd have to be like, yeah, well, there was a murder here. Maybe you were like, well, someone passed away here once.
No, I want to know if there's a murder. I can't. That's too much bad energy. I can't do that.
No, someone passed away here once. It wasn't a murder per se.
Here, let's look it up. Do you legally have to report a haunted house while selling it? I don't know how to phrase it.
I don't know how to ask my real estate agent about ghost questions.
Oh, Zillow answers this question for you.
Thanks, Zillow.
Selling a haunted house? Here's what you need to know. Excluding case law, a seller does not need to disclose that a house was a site of a homicide, suicide, or accident.
God.
Seller doesn't need to disclose psychologically affected property. Seller must disclose that the buyer asks, and a suicide or homicide on the property is important to the decision. Paranormal activity is not mentioned.
Wait. Well, first of all, great. But also, so if someone asks, does it get disclosed?
That's what I'm seeing. And it says excluding case law, so I don't know.
So, like, in the case where they don't even have to, or?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but that's...
Hey, you're the real estate family. We should call, like, one of your family members and ask.
I don't know if they'd have an answer.
I don't know either. Though the wording may vary by state, most state laws require sellers to disclose material facts such as structural concerns, the age of the roof and shingles, leaks, foundation walls, existing mold, mildew, total square footage. Items not considered material facts include personal information about a seller, such as pending foreclosure, divorce, illness, reason for moving. What if the seller's reason for moving is paranormal? There are some intangible problems with the property.
Then they can get the fuck out of here.
In California, the law states death on a property need not be disclosed if it occurred more than 3 years prior to sale, but is required to disclose if buyers ask. To avoid liability, it is recommended the seller disclose a death if it occurred within the last 3 years and let the buyer decide. In Arizona, the law slightly differs. Here, you do not have to disclose a death on property, which could be potential ghosts. You do, however, have to disclose a haunting, as it could be interpreted as a material fact on the property. This is more about avoiding potential litigation than it is avoiding the plot of a poltergeist. Such was the case in the famous New York court case in 1991, commonly referred to as the Ghostbusters ruling. Pennsylvania is considered one of the most haunted states in America, so it's no surprise that PA has its own court rulings on the matter of ghostly disclosures.
Really?
In 2014, the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania ruled in a case of Milliken versus Giacano that Pennsylvania seller's disclosure law does not require disclosure of stigmatizing events to a potential buyer. In the case, the court determined that a murder-suicide occurring in the home was not required for disclosure. As far as ghosts and ghouls go, according to the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, you must legally disclose any physical material effects. By definition, a haunting is not a physical or material effect and does not need to be disclosed. Ooh. Interesting, though, in PA's neighboring state of New Jersey has a state law that falls between California's and Arizona's. If selling a home in the Garden State, you do not have to disclose any deaths, violent crimes, or hauntings, but if a buyer asks, then you must answer honestly. That's my first thing I'm going to tell you if I ever sell my house, and be like, listen, just letting you know, it's a little haunty.
Then you ain't selling that house. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Listen, I need the little spirits and everyone in my house to be comfortable. I'm just saying, hey, when we bought my house, when we first looked at my house, I've told this story, there was a friendly, ghostly lady with red hair washing dishes. She was wearing a white tank top, chilling. She had the dish towel over her shoulder. And I only of recent years learned that no one was in that house when we toured it with our realtor, Connie. Why I still remember Connie's name, I don't know. But no one was there but us and Connie. And I remember her so vividly.
But the realtor didn't have to tell you about that.
I don't think she knew. I don't think Connie had a clue. She was so nice, but I don't think she knew anything paranormal was happening. She needed to sell.
That's just, oh man, I never knew that. Thanks for giving me that lesson.
No problem. I'm glad I finally got to talk about this. Where did I get that from? I got that from realestatewithheart.com. So the first part was from Zillow. Second part with the state's breakdown was.
Thank you, Internet.
Thanks, Google.
You have given us another delightful topic to discuss, because I would have, in the world of paranormal, I kind of would have figured it would have been like, yeah, so it's a little bit haunted. Just a smidge.
So if we've learned anything, no matter what, if you're getting a house, buying a house, renting a house, just ask.
Yeah.
Just ask. If you ask, they have to tell you. And I think everyone would go to sleep better knowing beforehand.
So that's got to be the first question every time. So, hey, anyone murdered here?
Yeah, any deaths, anything traumatic happen here? Is there any hauntings? And when you get a new house, open all the windows and sage that old energy away.
That's a lot. That's heavy. I don't know.
Saging?
No, not the saging. Just if it's haunted, it's a crapshoot.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on your level of comfortable with the paranormal.
Okay.
How bad?
Again, I don't want no Paranormal Activity, the movie with Ghost Mike Tyson, happening in my humble abode.
I feel it. But I feel also if you're not open to it, it probably won't affect, my house. If you're not open to it, I feel it's harder to have an experience, just because my dad has only had one weird experience that shared with me, and that was the GPS going off when I lost something, and it turned on from being dead in a box and answered me. Mm-hmm. Also, he thinks he saw the cat the other day too.
Ooh.
But all of us, you, me, my mom, friends of ours, we've all had experiences in my house. So I think my dad's just I don't give a shit. I work all day.
Probably.
I'm coming home to relax, watch some hockey or something.
To feed the ghost cat.
Yeah, exactly. Can go on some YouTube. Shout out Dad. Fill up my YouTube account with grilling videos.
Grills.
It's so funny. But yes, I don't know. It depends on person. But I would definitely, if we ever get a house, I'm definitely asking.
Yeah, like I said, the first question. So anything weird happen here? Anything funky? Homicide? Murder?
Anything traumatic? That's my first question. Anything traumatic? Well, let me elaborate. Murder? Ghosts?
The M. Murder.
Anything. Suicide. Anything. I just want to know. And did anyone die in their sleep? I just want to know.
Okay, no.
Anything potential.
Natural deaths I can pass up on. I'm fine. That's fine. There's no negative energy in that connotation, right?
I just need to know, because what if Myrtle had passed and she's just hanging out and she's baking cookies in the kitchen or something?
She really liked that rocking chair, and now
she loved that rocking chair. And now we keep that rocking chair for Myrtle.
It's Myrtle's chair.
I'm gonna plaque and everything. No one sit in Myrtle's chair. I swear to God.
It rocks by itself. It's fine.
It's okay.
Well, I think that these Reddit stories have been actually pretty awesome. Yeah,
everyone's been super awesome. I love this is why we started this. I love hearing everyone else's experience.
Yeah. And
I know we it's hard to get people, especially with the pandemic and everything right now. It is hard. You and I are both working a lot. So sometimes it's harder to get guests on. So it's great that we can reach out on the interwebs and hear everyone else's stories and connect. Digitally. Yeah. And I know we might start
Zooming,
but we're in the talks about covering some different weird paranormal happenings.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we got asked from our friend Ariana, who was on episode Serious Matters,
7?
Showers, Ghosts with Kenny and Ari. I think it was 7. She wants us to talk about rando nodding and the paranormal experiences people have had with it.
I know what rando nodding is.
Yes. Fun fact, you and I found out about it before it blew up on TikTok. Not to say that we're cool, but we found out about it. And we got weirded out by it because the website wasn't working, and we both thought it was like a scam or something to steal our information.
It was going to steal our information and or us in general.
Yeah, and we got super freaked out because we didn't know how to use it, and we haven't touched it since.
You're absolutely right. We're going to have to experiment with that again.
Yeah, we got to read some stories, got to look up on it, because like people have like
Is
had
that
really
paranormal
fun.
or just coincidental?
Well, I don't know. See, apparently people have had some weird experiences, like paranormal or being stalked by something after using it. But there's also been like people who've had good experiences with it or fun experiences. But there's also those kids who found like a dead person using it, like found a body on the beach, which is like, ugh. I don't know what they put their intentions as. I don't remember. They could have been something like nefarious, like death or something. But if you put in good intentions, it's supposed to be good back to you or something.
All right. Well,
I don't know. We're going to deep dive into this and we'll get back to y'all.
We'll test it.
And if anyone has done it before and wants to weigh in,
yeah, please.
shoot us an email. ghostwithchrisandpaige@gmail.com. It'll be in the show notes wherever you're listening to us.
You can also either contact us through our Instagram,
Ghost with WCP. And I'm really bad at Twitter, guys. I'm falling off the wagon on Twitter. I feel bad, but like, oh my God.
There's a lot of Twitter.
Twitter's just overwhelming. And for myself, it's fine. Because I just tweet something totally random and not important into the universe. And I leave it there. I just kind of like shout it out to the void. But when I have to be on top of it and attentive to it, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck. We got added to a group of podcasters, like a group to connect. Ooh. And it goes off all hours of the day, and I appreciate it, but I also don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I've not responded yet because I am overwhelmed. I just threw my phone last night. I threw it to the corner of my bed and went, I was like, I don't know what to do.
Oh man, we might have to take a holiday break.
Oh man, but thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone enjoys this spooky Saturday.
Yeah.
And enjoys the holidays. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, go ahead.
No, just I hope you enjoy the holidays, and you know, that's magical time of year. Whether you celebrate or not, it's just something about this time of year. It's cold, it's cozy, you get nice warm drinks, and you know, even if like you don't drink like hot chocolate or caffeine, there's always alternative options now. This is the year. These are the times where you have more options than just like water or milk.
What about milk with water in it?
Ew.
Well, you said
my cousins used to drink milk with ice cubes in it, and it freaked me out.
That's gross. Shame on them.
No shame. We're not shaming here.
Shame.
But like, it grossed me out, and I'm like, do you, boo boo? Shame.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a very spooky rest of the week, and we will talk to you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.